Hello and welcome to Indieformer. I'm Josh, and this weekend we get the pleasure of attending PAX Australia 2018, where we get to see some of the great indie games coming out in the next year. Let's get in there. Behind me is PAX Rising, which hosts over 100 unique indie games, and we got the chance to speak to some of the devs this weekend.
Hey guys, my name is Julian Trotman. I'm the content director here at Jurassic Games. I'm here showing off Soundfall. Soundfall is a rhythm-based dungeon crawler. You play as a young woman, Melody, who's transported from our world to this magic landscape symphonia where music comes to life. And along the way, you got to do all your actions in time with the music, and the environments that Melody finds herself in are all procedurally generated to the music that you're listening to as well. So you can expect to see Soundfall on PC and all 3 major consoles end of 2019. Thanks for checking it out.
Right, so Damsel is an action arcade platformer game. You play as Agent Damsel. She works for a government agency that keeps vampires in check. In this world, vampires and humans, they live together, but vampires are pretty sketchy dudes, so they need a bit of investigation. So the idea is that Damsel's thrown into a whole heap of different arenas, and it's a score attack game. You've got to rescue hostages, take out the enemies, destroy coffins, hack bombs, hack servers, real secret agent spy stuff is what she does, but you do it really, really fast. We like to describe it as like Pac-Man, but on crack. It's just taken up to that next level. It's got a lot of the precision-based platforming that you'd find in like Super Meat Boy or something like that, but with a nice combat element sort of placed on top as well. But yeah, it's really about combos and high score and that real arcade flavor.
Sorry, but you are now alive. You have been fitted with the latest in robotic mouth technology.
Yes,
Your mission is simple. You must blend seamlessly into human society.
So, Speaking Simulator is the story of a robot who's trying to infiltrate human society. And he does that by just having conversations with people. This one right there. So these conversations, he has to get through every bit of it. And to do that, he has to move his lips and tongue into the right positions to make the words happen, like I'm doing right now. So it's just a series of conversations, but because he's a robot, he starts to like break down if you mess up. So his systems overload, he heats up, his eyes start to pop out, his ears start to pop out. It's hilarious. It's amazing. I think everyone's been there, right? So it's, you identify with this robot. Mid-early 2019.
I'm here with John, and he's going to talk to us about the Darkroom.
yes, I am. Right about the time that I adjust myself for height in this interview. There we go, now we're men.
When I was a child, video games were some words on a screen mixed with your boundless sense of imagination. And they sucked. Hard. So, since AAA games are now squad shooters for the only kids left who are too lazy to actually shoot each other, I thought I'd bring back the hell of the 1980s.
You're weak to find yourself in a dark...
The Darkroom has spent the last 6 years touring the planet as a live-action video game. Just a combination of, bit of retro gaming, bit of abuse, that kind of thing. The kids love it, mate. And now that uncommercial piece of art has been touring around for a long time, we've made it pretty much the indiest fucking indie game you can find.
Why do you want to turn the Darkroom into a game?
Well, the thing is, because it had always been a parody of video games. It was like, eventually we're going to have to actually do it. And the nice thing is this, if you spend 6 years touring the planet, right, you figure out if you've got a good game or not. And I'm playing that game with like hundreds of people or thousands of people at a time live, right? And my thing is, I made people laugh in a burger restaurant in Cambodia doing this weird fucking game. And they didn't know I'd been booked, you know what I mean? And that worked there, and it works in huge theatres in London. And when you're like, well, shit, I reckon it might be about Universal. So you take it out to something that everyone can get access, and we've reached the point where, like, there are pubs in the UK that have bought the game and they project it on the wall, and the pub plays together now. So, yeah, it's really great.
Hey there, so Nico Brewster is a visual novel set in a magical Melbourne cafe where the dead come back for 24 hours and one last cup of coffee.
I waited here so long, I listened for your song, and fell right through the sand.
So we're all really big fans of anime and like manga and visual novels as well. And we wanted to make a game that had like all those elements crammed together. The story itself was basically due to the fact that we never really seen any games set in modern Australia. Like, you get a lot of games about the outback or no, the Tasmanian tiger, that kind of stuff, but nothing that's about just like Sydney or Melbourne. While you get all sorts of games set in Japan or the States. So we wanted a game that really captured that vibe, and where better to set that than in a magical Melbourne cafe. So the game's coming out in early 2019 for Steam on PC Mac, and afterwards we'll be porting it to PS4 and Nintendo Switch.
So Hyper Jam's like a top-down arena brawler with a real focus on like physicality in the combat and really fluid feeling, sort of inspired by fighting games, but with a really cool perk system where after each round you draft different perks, and that sort of makes every game feel different, and yeah, you really get to master the combat. We really wanted to try and make that multiplayer version of Binding of Isaac mixed with like the fighting games that we love, like Smash Bros and Street Fighter, but with that, like, every game is unique and you have to play to your strengths. And because the loser gets to pick first, they get like an inherent advantage in the sort of perk synergies that they choose. But yeah.
That's it for Indieformer's PAXAUS 2018. Hopefully you saw a game or two that you're looking forward to. You'll probably see them pop up on the channel sooner or later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Indieformer. Bake some cookies for the event?
Oh, what? No way!
Yeah.
Oh. Can I eat this?
Of course you can.
But it's so sad. It's so sad. It's gonna be gone.
That's what it's for. My logo on them, so.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, the business card's on the back, and cookie there if you want to eat it. Shortbread, so.
Enjoy the experience up there on your soapbox in front of a heap of gamers. And that's the minute. Bad luck, guys.